Hello, Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. Well, it's the 12th of December, and we're looking at crude oil. Crude oil has had a remarkable recovery. Many folks were looking for crude oil to move lower, but in fact it's doing just the opposite. The one thing I want to bring your attention to, and that is the large base that it's built. This is the February contract that we're looking at, and you can see the base that we've built right here. We've already put in a resistance line, which is this was the resistance line right here, and we've broken out over that resistance line. You can see there's our weekly kick in, indicating the price is 49.96, and we're headed higher. Now we can measure from, let's say, this level. I'm going to just call it 45 to this level here. I'm going to call that 52. So that's a difference of approximately $7. So we're going to add the $7 to the 52, and that takes us up to the 59 to the $60 level. That's what we're looking at for crude oil. This is the February contract. This is a big base. It's capable of carrying this much higher, in my opinion. And if you look at where crude oil was just a couple of years ago, trading around $130, $140 a barrel, $60 seems relatively cheap. One thing to look at, we are a little bit overbought, but I think we can still go higher. Generally speaking, this is a great formation to move higher. Now, the one caveat would have to be it is December, and after the 15th, which is just a few more days, the markets tend to get thin and choppy and volatile. So be careful if you're going to take a trade on this crude oil. So let's go on. This is starting with the S&P 500. You can see the trend is clearly higher. We still think this market can go higher till probably for the rest of the year. I can't imagine what's going to change that perception of the market going higher. One thing to be looking out for in 2017 is going to, of course, higher interest rates and higher energy prices, and of course the fact that this is a very, very old bull market starting in the first quarter of 2009. So here we are 7 years in, and that's a long time for bull markets. So let's see how that plays out. But generally speaking, the trend is your friend, and if you look very carefully, all of the trade triangles for crude, all the trade triangles for this market are positive. You can see that right here. So let's stay with the trend, and we'll go from there. Let's move on. Here we are. We're looking at the Dow. You can see the Dow's had a nice move up right here, and we're still looking for the Dow to trade over 20,000. I think that's going to be a very, very big psychological level for it to get to. And it's overextended right here. You can see that. But generally speaking, we think the trend is up. All of our trade triangles are positive, indicating a stronger trend. So I can't see anything right now that's going to push it down, but not to say it can't have pullbacks, but generally speaking, the trend is heading towards 20,000. Same trends are in place for the Nasdaq, continuing strong. We may see some pops in some of the other markets as well, for that some of the major players in the Nasdaq, like Netflix, is actually in a positive trend once again. And we may see Amazon, some of the other ones, kick in as well to propel this higher. But the trend is up. All of our trade triangles are green, and that's the way to go in this market on the upside. We're looking at gold, and the one thing I've said before about gold, which is very interesting, is the fact that we keep making this type of action here, but not on the RSI. This is definitely, if you tie these two in here, it's a divergence. So watch this very carefully, because this can really make this market reverse pretty quickly. But nonetheless, the trend with our trade triangles are negative. The weekly and the monthly are negative, but the daily is also negative. We have to do is just click the screen, click on here, and you can see everything's negative. So only change is definitely the divergence on the chart. So let's watch that very carefully. But 2017 could be the year of gold. When we started the broadcast, we talked about energy, and these are a couple of energy stocks you may want to look at that may have a black, and you want to be a buyer. That's first one is Synergy Resources, SYRG. All the trade triangles are positive. Any kind of pullback in this stock, you'd want to be a buyer. So let's go on to our next one. This is a well-known stock. It's ConocoPhillips, and the trend is clearly up. You can see a nice base, very similar to the crude oil. It's headed higher, and that's definitely one. Any kind of pullback in this stock, you want to be a buyer. Last energy stock is Oasis Petroleum. Any kind of pullback in Oasis Petroleum, I think we'll get one. You want to be a buyer. This is the trend is your friend, and the trend is clearly up with all of our trade triangles positive. You can see from 11.54. The market's currently trading at 15.44. All of these alerts would have come to you had you been watching our alerts on a monthly and a weekly trade triangles. You find those very clearly up here. The trade triangles, it shows you every day what's going on in the marketplace. So, hey, I'm Adam Hewson. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day today, and watch those energy stocks and crude oil.